I think it's very important to start off with analyzing your circle. I'm not saying be paranoid about it, but everybody must be benefiting from the bag and everybody must be giving towards creating the bag.
The bag, yeah.
I think for a lot of artists who break in, and I'm sure you've seen it, where they're literally like random people, literally chilling around this artist, not doing anything for them, and it's simply like dead weight.
Yeah.
The problem with dead weights is it really, I can put you on, come and be my manager. No. Somebody from Sony calls, you tell that person at Sony, can you give my boy like some time to shadow you? Maybe you want to open a record label 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Get your boy to really get into the dirt of things and not just jump on the bandwagon because it's now easy for you. And we see a lot of that in a lot of teams where you literally invite the underskilled, but I wouldn't say completely throw that away. Get them the necessary training. Now you are who you are, right? You're Lectrow, your song is big. This is happening for you. Like, get your boys to literally shadow the right people who are in those spaces and say, listen, in order for me to do this and that, I need you to take on my team and teach them the necessary stuff.
Ricky, a.k.a.
One must die.
Yeah. Excuse the pun. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to it. It's another exciting episode of the Chillout with Lectrow. It's our first sit down since Jan. Imagine, and this is such a special episode to me. It means a lot to me. I have one of my favorite lyricists in the country. You know, I don't want to put it or base it gender-wise and say favorite female, no, because she's strong like that. I'm joined here by the beautiful and ridiculously talented Gigi Lamayne, otherwise known to you guys as Gigi Lamayne. How do you do, fam?
That was such a nice intro. I feel very important.
Dude, you are so important. Yeah. It's like what I said to you the other day when I commented on your status. I said that South Africa doesn't really appreciate talent, right? We don't appreciate talent. We overlook talent. We're always looking for something that's trending, and that's not how we should go about it, you know? So it's always a thing of making good music in the wrong country. Because if at any given point I was to put you against a lot of niggas and you were to go baruba, I know there's a lot of niggas that you would murder on the mic.
Oh, shout out. Crazy that you should say that because my experience of traveling has also been the same.
Yeah.
There is somebody like Uncle Boogie. So for people who don't know Uncle Boogie, he's like hip-hop royalty, legendary.
Yeah.
Like Rashid K out there. Hi.
see you.
Hip-hop
Yeah.
royalty. And he actually got me to spit on radio in America. And the phones were buzzing.
Yeah.
In the same week, and this was like late last year in November, I had like 12 studio sessions across the country, from South Carolina to ATL to Chicago to Detroit. And Uncle Boogie said it on record, and this is something people can go look at. He's like, yo, you can actually like, it's not even like female rapper level, like, but the ones I can mention are, you know, the Dojas, the Nickies, people who really take their art seriously.
Yeah.
And for me, it was bittersweet because like it was cool because like Americans are like hip hop, but it was also like a little sad for me because I was like, yo, back home, I don't know if we see that if there was an Olympics for hip hop, you'd probably have me running, you know? And I really want that back. I want that back for the culture. Because for the industry, I think we're in a good place. Makazi, Tyler, Black Coffee, Major League. So many people are breaking like serious boundaries.
Yeah.
But for hip hop, I want that so bad. Because there was an era, and there still is an era, where we found what South African hip hop sounded like. Whether we're mixing instruments, we're rapping in Zulu, you can hear the drum lines. Hip hop exists in different spaces, but I really, really feel so sad that we don't even see our value.
No, we don't. And I remember the other day I was watching a roundtable on Slick on Live with Scoop, Nomuzi, and them. They were like, South Africa is the only country to have been given an identity for hip hop. Call it SA hip hop. Everywhere else in the world, it's just hip hop, hip hop, hip hop,
true.
hip hop. But then again, we don't appreciate talent like that, right? So this show is usually dedicated to a lot of upcoming artists who are looking to learn about the
Yeah.
industry and stuff like that. You know, I just want to find out from you, like, your journey. Did you always know you were gonna be this mainstream? Is rap something that you always wanted to do? Because I know you have a master's in political sciences. I stand corrected. Is hip hop something that you've always wanted to do, or is it something that just happened? Like maybe you met someone at the right place at the right time. Yeah.
I always liked writing. So I started writing when I was 11. I had my first poem published at the Poetry Institute of Africa at 11.
Yeah.
That's something we actually need to investigate. We might be onto some Guinness Book of World Records thing.
Yeah.
We need to actually check because that was a documented thing. And then from there, I just started like hanging around ciphers because I used to take the bus home.
Yeah.
Gandhi Square, there used to be a lot of ciphers that used to happen there. So from being an onlooker to kind of participating, it took years, but I eventually got there. And then it was just an outlet for me because I was always like I was never really a girl's girl.
Yeah.
I have 2 older brothers. I like guys. You know, I love my girls, but I identify with guys more because of that culture, hip hop and, you know, like fighting for the remote, you know, playing games.
Yeah.
I was choke slammed by my brother, that kind of thing, you know. So I grew up very, you know, but I'm still a
Tomboyish.
softie. Yeah, but I'm still
Yeah.
a softie. So I think hip hop was always kind of embedded in my identity, and it just became super cool for people who were watching because I was a girl and I could do it.
Yeah.
So it's never really been something I thought I was going to eat from, but it's something I genuinely enjoy. I love rap,
Yeah.
hip hop, creating, making people feel a certain way. So yeah.
So, all right, cool. So you break in, you come, because I was introduced to you through Ice Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bang, like 2014, you know, hip hop, South African hip hop is on the rise.
Yeah.
So now you break in, you come in, you drop that joint, shit starts happening for
Yeah.
you, you're gigging, people are booking you, like a lot is starting to happen. We're all talking about, hey, Gigi Lamayne from Vits, Gigi Lamayne, Gigi Lamayne. And then you drop that freestyle for the Fees Must Fall, right? And then you're part of that movement and all of that. So I just want to find out, what are the core challenges that a young creative or a young musician needs to look out for the moment they break in? There are challenges that you face once you're established,
Yeah.
and there are challenges you face when you break in.
Yeah.
So what are those challenges and how do we overcome those?
I think it's very important to start off with analyzing your circle. I'm not saying be paranoid about it, but everybody must be benefiting from the bag and everybody must be giving towards creating the bag.
The bag, yeah.
I think for a lot of artists who break in, and I'm sure you've seen it, where they're literally like random people, Lectrow, chilling around this artist, not doing anything for them, and it's simply like dead weight.
Yeah.
The problem with dead weight is it really gives you the idea that you're winning sometimes when you're not.
True.
I don't want to make an example of anyone in the industry, but usually the artists that literally have everyone who has a purpose around them. I mean, I literally have DJ, bodyguard, dancers, PA,
Yeah.
manager, road manager. That's it. Like, if somebody wants to come on the road, you have to be damn special. You have
Yeah.
to be my friend, my boyfriend, my relative.
You
but
need
like,
to be important.
yeah,
Yeah.
circle first. Secondly, saving, and that's something that we're working on with a certain space,
Yeah.
you know, where we want to start educating artists about saving. That there will be seasons. You are Leonardo, you're Da Vinci. You're not always going to have that hit.
True.
And when that hit doesn't come, what provision have you made?
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate that I come from a family that are very business minded. I worked at a spaza shop when I was younger. My parents had amathaven in the hood, salons. I could like relax hair, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I used to work for my money. So I understand that, but not everyone, you know, was fortunate
Is that
enough
fortunate,
to
yeah.
go through that. So I've never seen a bad day, but I do know that there are bad seasons.
Yeah.
And how do artists navigate around that without getting into trouble?
True.
You know, another big issue for me is substances. You know, it's
Ish,
all cool
substance
and proper
abuse, yeah.
until like that thing is literally running your life. And we see it all the time, you
Yeah.
know, and in entertainment, I think we've kind of, you know, made it cool. But there is no success story that's come out of anyone
Yeah.
who has decided to overly engage in a substance.
True.
And I know I'm the sacrificial lamb because I say a lot of things that annoy people. But it's the truth that I stand by. And if I'm going to be Usis Gigi,
It's hip hop, like,
you
after
know what
all.
I'm saying? Then I need to be honest with you guys and say
Yeah.
it is tough. So when you go into music, understand it's literally like a spiritual calling. You're gonna give up nights of sleep. Uzoba para e studio. It's gonna get really ugly. Sometimes you won't have money for Uber, let alone like something to eat.
Yeah.
There are gonna be lots of fights. People are gonna con you. You're gonna look for royalties. But if you preempt yourself and you understand that those are the challenges you face and you educate yourself early, later on things get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I host events myself, right? I've hosted a couple of events and I've had a lot of upcoming guys hit me up like, yo, please put me on the lineup. I want to perform. But there's always this issue of riders, guys. You know?
You know, guys.
There's always that issue of riders. And I think that's the one thing that affects a lot of young people. We always overlook the fact that this guy is giving me the platform, they're putting me on, and when you want the drinks before you even go on stage, right? We book you at an event where there's a Pasta 929, there's a Mr. Jazzy, someone like that. You're like, bro, you're gonna open for this guy. People are not there for you. They're there for the people that they know. So the fact that we're giving you that platform, you should only appreciate that, right? So I just want to find out from you, what is the importance of just knowing where you're going as a brand? Because the reason we have some people who are one-hit wonders is because they don't know what it was as a brand.
Yeah.
They end up employing the wrong management team. I blow up Vandaag, I have a hit song, Jwalabam, and then I employ my friend, like, yo, boys in come, let's roll, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Someone important calls from Sony, like, yo, gents, we want to sign you guys. He's drunk. He's like, so because he's thinking about girls. So do you want to, like, let us know how you've managed this longevity in your career and the importance of good management?
Don't be nice. I think you can be humble, but don't be nice.
Yeah.
Nice for me is literally what you're saying. Sometimes like, oh boy, I can put you on, come and be my manager. No. Somebody from Sony calls, you tell that person at Sony, can you give my boy like some time to shadow you? Maybe you want to open a record label 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Get your boy to really get into the dirt of things and not just jump on the bandwagon because it's now easy for you. And we see a lot of that in a lot of teams where you literally invite the underskilled, but I wouldn't say completely throw that away. Get them the necessary training. Now you are who you are, right? You're Lectrow, your song is big. This is happening for you. Like, get your boys to literally shadow the right people who are in those spaces and say, listen, in order for me to do this and that, I need you to take on my team and teach them the necessary skills. Yeah. Trust me, if you're valuable, they're going to allow you to do that. And remember, it's not just for you at that time, it's for your longevity. And I think a huge shout out to a Caswing Invest. I always look at his team, and particularly this manager of his, who has been like his boy. But they've understood the craft of saying no and walking away from things. They've understood how to navigate and elevate his brand.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, that's really, really important. But what I do remember as a young person coming into the industry, it was almost like you could tell they were learning, but they weren't showing that they were learning.
Yeah.
And they got it right. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's profound, man. Because a lot of these kids, honestly, man, we see what's happening with amapiano. It's beautiful. They're traveling the world. But I always worry that, hey, man, 10 years, not even 10 years, 6 months from now, where you going to be because of how you conduct your branding, the things that you do. We see you in clubs, the people that you hang around with, you know. I don't want to mention any names specifically, but we've seen it happen before where there's a hit song and then the song becomes bigger than the artist, which then leads me to my next question.
Yeah, that's my issue. Just to touch on that. Why is it that with amapiano, like, there are names, like there are faces that I can identify. Like I know what Gamumbela looks like. I know what Babi Cooper looks like. I know what Zingumalo looks like. Know what Durban Gogo. I mean, Soulful G, Mau.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's also this thing where, like, the song is very big, but the artist can walk in and I don't know, like, and you feel so bad because they're like, yo, this, and you're like, yo, I love this song. But it's almost as if the one thing hip hop got right was we created brands, we created artists. When you see somebody walk in, you know, that is Nadia Nakai. True. You know? So that is a very good point. And it's always bothered me, like, the songs are good, the songs are really nice, but we need to go back and really work on the brands, like, in your face kind of,
So, okay, my next question was going to be, how do I then avoid as an artist?
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
honestly speaking, man, this thing keeps happening a lot. And I think it's also avoiding interviews. Because I've seen how a lot of these amapiano guys avoid interviews. We don't care about the English. Come on, guys, this is South Africa. We
It's
can
true.
speak Vernac.
Yeah,
Right? The
yeah.
moment you grow up in Johannesburg, at least you have a slight idea what
Yeah,
they're saying if they
yeah.
speak whatever language,
Clever.
right? I remember we had a masterclass here at and I asked one of those guys that were here. They were here for the Amapiano Africa Summit. I was like, gents, why do you guys avoid interviews so much? Because interviews are so important, and it's important that you start interviews here at home. Because by the time you go abroad, you're going to avoid the same thing that happened to Uncle Waffles and a Tyler. Because now, here at home, we're preparing you to go abroad, but they hardly do interviews.
I also don't know what that is. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Because we do have PR specialists, but I think for young up-and-coming artists, I mean, anyone watching this, PR is the backbone of anything you do. Public relations, like the reason why you can say, oh, Gigi, I don't know when last you had it, but you know who I am, is because of PR.
True.
So where the song is not really like, or you just haven't released in a while, whatever it is, or you have a niche market you're releasing to, brand, I always say brand will keep you fed where song doesn't. Like sometimes I get invited to places to just sit, to be there, to grab a mic, to speak. You know, that becomes another stream of revenue.
Yeah.
But if you're simply going to rely on the song, it's not always going to be vibes.
Yeah, facts, man. I just want to congratulate you for the Gigi verse. That's amazing. That's beautiful. You invited me to the event.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Do you mind talking about that? How did that come about?
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from the question of dropping a song and the song being bigger than you, but you've been bigger than all your songs, right? Ice Cream was dropped years ago and you've given us so many hits. And look at you, since 2014 till now, brands still want to work with you. So the reason I want to know how that came about is for that young artist to learn that, snap, bro, you need to put in the work so that things like these can keep happening to you.
Ningabasaba belungu.
Yeah.
Nisaba belungu. Yes, then you call Gigi. I don't want to blow my horn too much, but I'm that girl.
Yeah.
Like, I may not be I always say, Lord, if you gave me a Beyonce voice, you would have like killed the game. But he didn't give me a Beyonce voice. But what he did give me was the ability to be able to speak, negotiate, put proposals together.
Yeah.
I've landed things for some of my friends, you know. So I think it's just a matter of thinking that something is impossible when it actually is. And when you go to spaces, like talk to people about your discrepancies. I know right now I really want to get into a reality TV, but it's a reality TV show that must profile South African hip hop and how it navigates through spaces.
Beyond love and hip hop.
You get me? Beyond love and hip hop. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like we're scared of ourselves. We're scared of the potential. And it's long gone. Like now you literally have the right following. You hit up a brand on social media and they'll respond, you know, with an email address. And if you know somebody who can assist you to get to the next level, you make some calls. Eventually, Lectrow, something will happen.
Facts. Familiarizing yourself with spaces like these, walking into the MPD studios, you're going to meet the right people. Just before I let you go, because I know Rashid also needs to jump on and say a few things. He always has a lot to say. I just want to play a quick game with you, right? It's called One Must Die. I stole it.
Gosh.
I love it, but I do it different. All right, cool. You ready?
Yeah.
Ricky, a.k.a.
One Must Die.
Yeah. Excuse the pun.
Me, I'll die. I'll die. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that one.
Yeah.
I'll die. I'll die. Those are two phenomenal people. I got to work with both of them. I think their gap is definitely felt. Yeah. They were also like loved by the brands.
Yeah.
And they were loved by South Africans. I just really, I can't do that one. Lectrow.
And they did a
I'll
lot
die.
for the kids.
I'll die. One must die. I'll die. It's okay.
All right, cool. Fair again. All right, let's move on. Pro Kid, Rashid K.
Must die.
One must die. Excuse the pun again.
Why are you doing that?
One must fall. Rashid K
No.
or Pro Kid?
No.
Because I know these are two dudes that...
Angisadlali. Angisadlali.
Just one.
Aye. Try another one.
Okay, cool.
I can't believe you are despicable.
All right, cool. Let me try another one.
Okay.
Sibu Mbali.
Guys, no. No, I'm gonna
It's
say
just a
Mbali.
game.
I'm gonna say Mbali must die because Mbali understands that this is just a game.
Yeah.
And I love Sibu as well. So I can't choose. Look at how she's looking at me. I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna get my people to stop working with me. Yeah. Shout out to Mbali.
Alright, cool. I think the next one is easy.
Which one?
Amapiano or hip hop.
What must die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say amapiano. Cause a lot of there are a lot of rappers in amapiano.
A lot of
So hip hop,
Amapiano.
if hip hop goes then there's no inspiration. Yeah,
Alright, cool.
amapiano can go.
Alright, and then last but not least,
But I
Sizwe.
still love amapiano, and I'm doing everything amapiano, and I love amapiano. And I'm gonna Sizwe what? Sizwe Alakine and what?
And Nota. Just
You
one.
being at that lodge was
Yeah.
the problem. Did you see that smoke?
Dog, I
that
was there
almost started.
studying
That
everything.
smoke that
yeah.
almost
I was there
started.
studying everything. I was like, okay, sure. The day she comes.
One must
now I
die.
see.
Sizwe Alakine or Nota. Nah. Can't we play
Yeah.
another game?
Just one.
No, I can't. Like, you don't
Okay,
understand.
cool. Okay, cool. Let me
Me,
change
I'm
it,
I'm a day one.
Choose a lyricist.
Okay.
Who's stronger lyrically?
Yeah, okay, cool,
This
okay.
is according to
Okay,
you.
cool,
Right,
that's
sharp.
fine.
Sizwe Alakine, Kid X.
Sizwe Alakine.
Stronger than Kid X.
Stronger than Kidix.
Alright, cool.
But I'm viewing it holistically.
Yeah.
In
Branding.
like
and
delivery,
everything.
branding, longevity.
Yeah.
I definitely choose Sizwe.
K.O. my E.
In terms of what?
Lyrically.
KO.
He's stronger than my E.
I don't know. I mean,
One time, guys. Uyakhumbula ntwana bekunzima watwate umama ganda ma-E uyibhanga.
this feels like a door-to-door campaign,
Yeah,
Lectrow.
come
This feels
on.
like a door-to-door campaign. I'm gonna go with KO because I still have Run Josie in my head rent free
Alright, cool.
with Keenan. So I'm gonna go with KO.
Gigi Lamayne, Nadia Nakai.
Of course, I'm gonna choose myself. Nadia's my sister. I love her, but like I'm gonna choose myself.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, and we've worked on songs together as well. That was really great.
And she's amazing too.
I love her,
Yeah.
and she's so gorgeous.
Dali Wonga Cetril.
Nia Pinina.
And we-
Okay, I'm choosing this solely based on not lyricism, but my type. Dali
Looks.
Wonga. Yeah.
Oh, you like them dark.
Yo, chocolate, bruh.
Yeah.
All day on a
You
white
heard
sheet.
it yourself. Yeah.
On a white sheet. Yeah.
Mr. Jezik, Josiah the Disciple, production-wise. Because you've tapped into amapiano, so you have an idea of the production level of
Yeah.
amapiano.
This is not fair. I'm gonna go with.
But this one's easy, though.
What do you mean?
This
Josiah.
one is easy. Yeah, Josiah's a genius.
Yeah, okay. I thought I wasn't gonna be cool now.
All right, cool. Let
Josiah.
me rap it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mpora Kilakao.
Yo. In terms of what?
Lyricism.
I will go with Mpura. Yeah,
Why?
lyrically.
And then vibe-wise, Kilakao.
I just think Mpura, I'm a very emotional person. So he was able to bring that thing into amapiano. Where it was like,
Storytelling through amapiano, yeah?
Yeah. So may both their souls rest in peace. But in terms of like my heartstrings, yeah, Mpura.
All right, G, thank you so much for your time, man. You're such an amazing person.
Thank you.
I've been told even before I met you that you have to be one of the most humble public figures we have in SA, and I think that's one of the reasons why you've come so far and God keeps blessing you as it does. It's because of humility, you know? A lot of people just can't be humble. And I was telling Rashid K the other day, I was like, you're one of the realest dudes that I know in hip-hop because we don't want a lot from you, just your time. That's all.
Wow,
Just your time, you know?
that's
As long as you can like sit down with me and educate me about the game, tell me that
Yeah.
no, this is what you do, this is what you shouldn't do, and all of that. So shout out to you for coming. I wish you all your best in your future endeavors. I know you just dropped a song with Pasta 929 and Sizwe Alakine, AVI if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is it out already?
I4. It's called I4.
I4, Askis, the one that you didn't want to perform next to Mama Lamayne.
Funa amadoda I4. Number 1 Zongthembisa umshado. Number 2 Yongithengela imoto.
Yeah.
Number 3 Yongithengela isitwalo.
Yeah.
Number 4 Yangijova.
Alright. You know what
Understand?
that means.
Shout out to Pasta 99 and
Shout
Sizwe
out to Pasta
Alakine.
929. Yeah. Shout out to you. It's the
Yeah.
Chill Out with Lectrow, everyone. Gigi Lamayne was in the building. She's about to bounce. She's about to leave. We're back with the sit-downs. The #1 show. We're fast-growing. Shout out to everyone for your support, for your continued love and support. Remember to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell someone that they know that might potentially subscribe. That we're out here. But Tanko is thank you. Cereal is breakfast. We did our Vesia High special. Tanko Cereal.